Hey everyone, Don Willimon here. Well, I've got an idea for a fundraiser for Spruce City Wildlife Association. As some of you know, I'm not just a member of Spruce City, I'm a board member of Spruce City, and I'm a fairly active one. And there's a lot of good reasons behind that. Spruce City for me represents an opportunity to add my voice and my volunteer time into conservation projects that pivot around fishing and hunting, and also do things like help continue our fishing and hunting tradition as part of our heritage. And that's one of the reasons that I joined the organization in 2015 when I moved here, and why I continue to be an active member. It's an organization I'm super proud of the work that we do, and that work costs money. So every year, we renew our memberships, we apply for grants, etc. But the grants that we apply for aren't enough, so we have to do some public fundraising. Now, sometimes that's just, some of us as members will donate what we can. And I had an idea, just a little bit of a curveball idea, and this is where you folks come in. So the t-shirt I'm wearing, the Hunt to Eat brand, and this super cool hat, check that one out. Yes, dig it, dig it. Well, the Hunt to Eat brand, if you follow the Meat Eater podcast, Yannis Patelis is one of the producers, one of the stars of Meat Eater with Steve Rinella. And he's the CEO of the Hunt to Eat brand. So a few weeks ago, I go to the website to pick up, said t-shirt and said hat and look at some other stuff. And as I'm there, I start thinking, hey, I've got an interesting idea. So here's what I've done. I've bought just a little over $1,100 worth of stuff. So I've got a few t-shirts, a few hats, and a couple of odds and end pieces. And here's where I need your help. I've got a mixture of sizes and colors, a lot of different styles. There's some great work. And I figured, where else but my brothers and sisters from the 250 world will I find people that will rally around the idea of Hunt to Eat. Wild game, fish and wild game is part of our diet, my wife and I. It's part of your diet. It's part of why we spend all that time out in the field and on the water. And I think that in a way to get you to spend a little bit of money on Spruce City, what I've got for you in exchange is a little cool piece of kit to go along with it. So I've already spent the money. So here's what happens. I'm gonna post photos of the items that I have and what sizes I have them in. So I'm gonna give you a couple of samples so you know what I'm talking about. So this t-shirt, for instance, I've got a couple of these. The Meal Deer, so check that out. You dig it? That's pretty cool. I've got a couple of, for you big moose hunters, well, they've got this lovely thing. Isn't that awesome? And then some other really, really cool work. Now, there's going to be some men's and some women's sizes. I don't have a whole bunch of everything, but I've got enough that some of you, depending on how well you bid, will walk away with not only knowing that you gave money to Spruce City, but you'll end up with a really, really cool piece of kit that you'll be proud to wear. So I wore this today when I went out to do a little bit of reading. And of course, I had 2 or 3 people say, hey, love your shirt, love your hat. And yeah, it was day one, and I'm already getting great feedback. So I'm telling you, lots of people will dig this brand. That's why I think this will work. So here's how it's going to work. I'll post photos of all of the stuff and the sizes that I have. I'm going to do it in little batches. The minimum bid on every item is $25. You got to be in for $25 or you're not in at all. It's $5 increments after that. I'm going to run a batch of shirts or hats or whatever in 3-day windows. High bidder at the end, whoever that is, whatever your high bid is, add $15 if you want me to ship it to you inside BC or Alberta. And if you are going to just pick it up at the dealership, you just don't have to worry about the $15. But anybody that is a winning bid and you need me to mail it to you, just add $15 to your winning bid. You will e-transfer me the money, and I will e-transfer the money back to our good friends at Spruce City Wildlife Association. So that's how it's going to work. Here's my goal. I've got just under $1,200 invested in this box of kit. I want to turn that into $2,000 for Spruce City. I need your help to do it. And along the way, you get to be part of this dynamite brand. And if it goes really well, I'll buy another $500 worth of this kit, some new stuff, and I'll put that up for any of you that are going to be attending our wild game auction or wild game bank auction, our wild game banquet with our live and silent auction items. If I can sell this box out and raise $2,000, I'll grab another $500 worth of kit and I'll bring that to the Wildlife Banquet April 18th. Now we're sold out currently. We do have a few tickets that we may release in the next few weeks, just depending on how things go. So more on that later. Anyway, this is for Spruce City Wildlife Association. I'm Don Willimont. This is an important thing for me. I hope it's important for you. Check out the pics of the kit below. If you want better pics and want to know how much you're overpaying, because the idea isn't to get it cheaply, it's to make sure you're donating money to a great cause. So get off your wallets, buy yourself a cool piece of kit, and join the Cool Kids Club. I'm in it now. That's it. Thanks very much for your support. Have a great night. Cheers.